You fake solved it. Industry
Uh
plant.
no,
It was
no,
already
no.
together. He bought it like that.
Listen, as I do the stream, I will take apart the Rubik's Cube and I will solve it in front of you to prove that I am an intellectual genius.
That's crazy.
Dude, I almost went to the beach today, completely forgetting that we had the live stream.
Is it even beach weather, bro?
It was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like 95 and sunny. We were supposed to be in a heat wave, and then all of a sudden it starts raining in the morning.
I don't think it ever said it was going to be sunny. It just said it was going to be hot.
I didn't see rain. I didn't see rain in the forecast. It's crazy, man.
Listen, bro,
But
we're
anyway,
subtropical now. You didn't hear?
no, I didn't. What are you talking about?
New York got changed into a subtropical climate.
Are you serious? We're the Northeast.
Look it up.
The Northeast is supposed to be like the North.
Nah, bro. We are island gals now.
No. No, don't get that into these Manhattanites' heads. What is the climate of York New City?
York New City?
Humid subtropical? What? That don't make any sense with hot, humid
global warming.
summers.
What do you mean?
I guess, and moderately cold winters. I don't know any moderate. You clearly are not here in New York.
No, bro. You don't
see
remember
that most.
You don't remember old school winters? Old school winter's not what winter used to be, bro. You got to be honest about that.
In regards to like the snow, sure, but like,
nah, you're wild.
It's still cold.
I'm not. Nope, they're not saying it's not still cold. It's getting less cold. You got to just think about it comparably. You're not trying to say it's not cold. It's, bro, the Brooklyn Bridge froze in like 1999.
It froze?
Yes. There was a blizzard. That shit froze. My family was trapped in our aunt's crib in Bed-Stuy. Nobody could go nowhere.
Damn, not even the Verrazano? Well, if the Brooklyn Bridge froze, I'm sure Verrazano would have been fucked.
Bro, it used to really get cold. And that's what they're showing my unk status, right? Because I'm pretty sure you was in Jersey. So any type of snow basically crippled y'all.
No, I mean, Jersey, we're used to it. It's not Texas where, like, if it snows, then the whole economy just goes to hell.
But I mean, like, suburban style snow. Not suburban, not Jersey's, all suburbs. But, like, the amount of street sweeps that's, like, in the city is not the same as, like that's in Jersey. It's not the same that we see in, like, Manhattan and in our cities. And then, like, you know, if you go deeper into Queens, they don't see no street sweeps. They just be cooked when it snowed too much. Or, like, Canarsie and stuff like that. So that's what I mean. Like, maybe that seems like maybe that changes the effect a little bit. Oh, he just did. All right, you'll talk later. Well, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another One Piece live stream, live reaction. He just texted me his whole joint turned off. So, y'all know say. Oh, and he's gone. He was here, and then he was gone. Let's see. Well, Riasat, what's good? I see you in the chat. Riasat, you gotta chill. I see you spoiling everything about Rent-A-Girlfriend everywhere. I seen you in Life with Anime chat yesterday. You came immediately saying what happened. You gotta chill.
Dude, I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, I don't know. You got room shambled. You got banished to the Shadow Realm.
Dude, my whole setup like turned off and then turned on immediately. I don't know what that was because everything is still on.
Maybe it's World War III.
Oh my god! Don't say that, bro.
Just
don't say that.
Also, your mic sounds a little low. Can you turn it up? See if it's turned up at the bottom.
It is.
All right.
Maybe I'll talk a little louder. Honestly, like seeing that shit yesterday, I honestly had like a mini panic attack in my head. Like, wait a minute.
Do you like usually detach from like most of the news, like the daily news, or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that's probably why. Like, I'm always, that's just how I am with most things. I like to know what's going on at all times. I watch Philip DeFranco every day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to like not be in the loop because it just because of what I do for work. You know what I mean? Like, the world stuff affects the economy, in which, the economy affects advertising. So if I'm not aware of those things, then I'm not really doing my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be always armed with knowledge. especially when talking to clients, because then they want to know, like, why is this not happening this way? Why is this not happening this way? Why aren't we performing this way? And then I have to be able to
Oh,
take those things that's happening currently around and being able to
damn.
understand that to answer those questions and sound smart instead of just
Right.
like being like, because then I'm not doing my job.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know you had to explain so much about what was going on in the world in order to get some aspects of your job done. That's crazy.
I mean, I don't have to, but
It makes you better at what you
it
do.
makes you better at what you do, and better to be that than like the person who's just like, it's just harder to do that in my line of work.
Yeah. So I guess now, if your clients have any questions about Love Island, you'd be able to answer them.
Yeah, that's why I always watch stuff too. That's why I'm always watching new stuff, because it gives me tools to use when I'm just, because a lot of you will be strangers, so I'm meeting them for the first time and stuff like that. So I need to be able to relate to on some level, because it's not always about business.
Yeah.
So being able to say like, oh, I've watched this or I've tried to watch that helps to add to conversation.
Yeah. Especially now, you're really diversifying your portfolio now that you've added reality TV into the mix.
Unfortunately, listen, man.
Yo, everyone's doing it though. Yo, so many of these content creators that I've been following for years that only do anime only content are now doing like a little bit of like Love Island reactionary content, and I think it's so funny to see that wave.
There's so many just different takes on it. The one thing I've seen on TikTok, apparently people feel like their Peacock is airing two different versions of Love Island completely, because they're like, how are there hooded defenders?
How are there hooded defenders?
Like, how are there blatant hooded defenders, like, who don't see anything wrong with what she's doing?
I mean, I think that they see like the things that okay, what's up?
No. Take for what I'm saying literal. Don't try to shoot bail.
Okay.
Right? This is TikTok we're talking about. This isn't
Okay.
there isn't no sense of in between. There are people who are just like, we understand that's just removing the whole like, oh, we understand what Jeremiah may have possibly done to make her possibly start to act this way. Right? But then you got to think about all the other ways that she treats everybody else on the island too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when people say like the hooded defenders, they usually write stuff like, oh, if y'all hate hooded, y'all would hate me.
Okay.
Or they're just like, oh, all her crash outs are valid. I don't see anything wrong with this behavior.
Okay.
That's a hooded defender.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna like say any of that kind of stuff. I was just gonna say, like, as far as like reality TV goes and what would quantify as like a villain of the season, she's far, like, yeah, sure, you could say that Huda is like the villain of Love Island USA season what is this, 7?
Yeah.
But she's far from like one of the worst people I've seen in reality TV. Like, I've seen some like really like nasty individuals as far as reality TV goes. Yeah, again, I'm not going to justify anything that Hood has done, but I also don't think that she deserves to get. I mean, not saying you do either. Any of the hate that she's getting online. Yeah. Also, I solved the Rubik's Cube again. So.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. He's cheating. He has a bunch of them under the camera. He has 8 of them already built.
Too much work.
Yeah, like nobody's excusing like how people take it out of hand, like the hate part or the harassment part, because you know how I think about these shows. I'm always like, these are still humans at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But to fix up your face and make a whole TikTok screaming that this girl's doing absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah,
that's what we mean. Like, are we watching the same show?
Okay.
Like, is Peacock showing you something that I'm not seeing? Like, are the TikTok compilations of every way she acts not enough? Oh, bro disappeared again. Yo, what is going on with his internet? Well, I guess we'll stop the Love Island talk, right? Since Danny's disappearing, coming back, I don't know what's going on with bro's internet or his whole situation. But we are here for One Piece manga chapter 1152, titled A Horrible Day. Obviously, we'll be doing our read through, giving our thoughts, giving our theories. Hopefully, Danny gets to come back one day. We'll see, because he just texted me. He's like, dude, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, Daniel-san. And technically, I've already done this by myself on my personal channel. So you better hurry up. You better figure it out, sir. But yeah, Shay, what's good? I see y'all in the chat. Let's see. I mean, I guess I gotta do this on the fly while Danny is gone. He said 1 sec. So what's everybody watching? How's everybody doing? Are you guys watching To Be Hero X? Is anybody watching Witch Watch? Is anybody watching My Hero Vigilantes? Love to talk about that. What else am I watching? Anime. I mean, Go Lose a Ranger. That's a thing. So yeah, I mean, Go Lose a Ranger right now. I agree with what Mel said. It's something's weird. Season 2 has, like, there are good things happening. There's some shade going to work right now. I see it. Damn, on a Sunday. Respect it though. Get that coin, King. Go Lose a Ranger season 2 has been really, really jarring, because I felt like in the beginning it seemed okay paced, right? It seemed like it was going fine, and every episode has been technically not a banger, overstated, but I mean extremely interesting, right? Every episode has been extremely interesting. Something's happening. The plot is moving forward. There's no kind of messing around, but it seems disjointed. Like, we're just hopping around random points. So that's the only thing that's kind of messing me up for season 2. I'm interested to see how it goes. I feel like I don't want to read it. I really don't want to read it, but I feel like I might have to start reading it. I'm not sure. To Be Hero X, episode 12. Not even gonna spoil y'all. I'm not gonna spoil y'all too much. They put they badussy into the fight in episode 12. Bro, they was fighting for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes straight. Now look who it is. You don't say, bro. I'm sorry. What are you clicking over there, bro? All right, let me see if I can get you back in, because they can't hear you because I have to add a whole new key. All right, you should be back in now.
Oh, guys, sorry about that, guys. Jeez Louise.
He's a failure.
Dude. All right. I see Shades in the chat now. What's up, bro? Going to work? Yeah, bro, I get it. It's not going to be, it looks like an ugly day anyway.
Look in the Instagram chat. Gems, I see you. I love Philly D. Thank you. See, gotta stay informed. Never seen reality TV, but Love Island looks interesting. God bless you. Huda is misunderstood and has a mental illness. I don't want to put mental illness on her, but
yeah,
she is. I don't know if misunderstood either.
Yeah, I don't know if she's misunderstood.
This is not. I think we see. I think we understand.
I think she's just young. She's 24 years old.
But she's a mommy,
and she's a mamacita. Yo, that should be like our next intro for the podcast. We should do that.
Mommy, mamacita.
Mom of what? Like a dog? Yo, this kid. You can't fake that. That is genuine ignorance.
Rob, I see you in the chat. Ola didn't know about My Hero Vigilantes. Bro, you stopped being an anime fan so long ago. That's what one of my boys from college.
Oh, okay.
He watched Naruto and then never came back.
Okay. Yeah. My Hero Vigilantes. Are you still watching that?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
You're loving it?
I'm loving it. Yeah.
I have not even watched an episode.
Oh, you should try it, bro. I mean, the season ends tomorrow. And the season ends tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll give it a shot.
Just binge through. And the English is like simul, I think.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Jumps at Apothecary and To Be Hero X. Apothecary.
I have to watch this weekend's episode.
I didn't see the episode come up.
Oh, nothing came up?
It was so weird. I'm like, I thought the episode was supposed to be out, and then it just wasn't there.
No, especially with what's been going on lately. Like, I need my weekly dose of Apothecary Diaries.
It's good, but it's about to end too. That's what's crazy.
Oh no! So the first season was 24 episodes, and this season's 22. Yo, you're right. There is no new episode.
Wait, there's no new episode. That was the season finale.
No. I don't know about that. I'm just saying you're right.
24 episodes, I believe. It should be 24.
Yeah.
Episodes.
So we get 2 more because the first season was 24.
But then it's gonna be done.
No, wait, but not like
not done the series, but like we gotta have to wait. I mean, granted, season 2 seemed like it came out pretty fast after season 1.
Yeah,
but we weren't there, so now it's like, damn, we about to have to go. We gonna have to actually wait.
It is 24 episodes for the season, so yeah. But it appears that, oh man, I don't think we're gonna get another episode until after July 4th. Well, no, it'll conclude on July 4th.
Yeah, that's like 2 weeks from now.
Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense time-wise.
Yo, Apothecary. Yo, I would have never thought the show would have been this good, bro.
I like it a lot.
Would have never thought.
I like it a lot. I think that the way things escalated,
very
interesting. I never thought that her like going to like get more like rubbing alcohol or some shit would have escalated to getting like finding out like the secret of she's whatever her name is, Sere.
Yeah,
getting kidnapped.
The fact that I didn't see that coming at all, I was like, "Am I stupid for not?"
Being able to piece that together, to getting like sent to another village, to the whole festival thing with the masks burning, being introduced to new characters only for them to, a lot's happened, and everything that's happening with Lolan, like, damn, I feel bad. Because none of these people wanted to be in that position except for that nasty ass woman.
Yo, that woman they doing a great job of making me hate somebody. I'm like, yo, I hate
how
this
twisted
lady.
And broken of a person you have to be to make the ladies of your court sit there and do the nasty stuff with other people just to shame them? While you just sitting in the room like the diddler. She's the diddler.
Oh my God.
She is the diddler.
She is the diddler.
Yep. Shenmei the diddler.
Oh my God. You heard Fat Joe's on the list too now?
No, I didn't see that.
Fat Joe got accused of some stuff now, so there's a $20 million lawsuit against him.
I see there's another lawsuit up against Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I don't know. Didn't look into it.
Yeah, I saw the clip and I was like, you know what? I'll save that for the next time I sit on the toilet.
Sitting on the toilet. Okay, for realsies now, because now it's 17 minutes in. One Piece chapter 1152, A Horrible Day. Danny, you want to start us off?
Let's do it.
Don't make your computer shut down, please.
No, my hands are here. My hands are touching this Rubik's Cube and nothing else. All right. Chapter 1152, titled A Horrible Day, Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 36. Otama's Amigasha hat delivered to Kawamatsu Daimyo of Hakumai. That's very sweet. We're seeing, we're seeing them all get along, be happy. Everyone's just they're having a good day, not a horrible day.
Yeah.
But it's a horrible day for me because we're continuing this cover story. And I wouldn't mind if like things actually happened, but this is just like filler. It's filler at this point.
I mean, but what do you want though? Because the
whole thing that happened with Who's Who, finding Old T and Page One, them joining, I was like, okay, now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, but I mean,
now we're back to like.
But it's either we be getting this or a bunch of fan requested art.
I like the fan requested art.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh no, I like it a lot.
I do not care. Draw me a picture of Luffy riding on a giant rabbit. I'm like, I don't care.
Some of those I think are fake. Some of them I think are fake. I don't think no one asked you to draw this.
No one asked for this.
But I will say, if all of this leads to Yamato being like, okay, I've seen all of Wano, Luffy, I can now come join you, then I will be absolutely okay with everything that's transpired during this surrogate pilgrimage, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, so what I think it does is, I mean, listen, this is me hoping, right? This is the cope in me in regards to Yamato becoming a Straw Hat still. But this kind of helps give the Yamato the time with Yamato that would be needed before throwing her in the crew, because I feel like and this is my personal opinion. You may feel differently, so and I understand if other people feel differently. The reason why Jinbei is really low on my list is because he just got there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we spent time with Jinbei and Marineford, but it wasn't that much time. You know what I mean? It wasn't Jinbei. I barely knew homie.
Yeah.
And then even Fishman Island, it wasn't that much time. And then
we didn't see him until the halfway through the point of the arc.
Yeah, and then Whole Cake, he's not that important, right? Brook does more than Jinbei.
Yeah,
right?
He had his moments, but
and then Jinbei finally starts to like have his part in Wano, but he's still low on my list because of that time spent. Yeah. If you're talking about within the Straw Hat, my Straw Hat ranking itself. So one of my biggest fears about Yamato joining the crew, or even anybody joining the crew at this point now, is like, man, it's gonna be hard to get that time to chill with them, because it's like we're speed running to the end.
Yeah, they're just being shoved into the crew. Like, you're a crew member. You're a crew member.
So this feels like Oda is trying to work around that. Like, oh, I'm about to give y'all so much Yamato. You done got 36 chapters of Yamato stuff, so that now when she shows up, you're gonna know her whole vibes.
Yeah,
you're gonna know everything she did.
With people, she's a good person.
You can't say she didn't really do the Odin journey.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
There's some details we're gonna find out later on in this chapter that may tie back into this. That may give it time for her to come back.
Okay, I don't know what you're referring to, so I'm excited.
Let's just say the passage of time.
Okay, passage. Oh, okay. I must have missed it. Honestly, early translations, I sped run this as I do. So I don't like go into detail with it. I really do now. I wait for this because I like to be surprised. I like to be told, oh, you might have missed this.
He's so funny. He said, it's like I'm watching a YouTube video while making a YouTube video.
Yeah. No, I like to learn. This is my book club at the end of the day, guys. All right. Let's head into the chapter. We start off still here in the underworld, and you're hearing some giants saying, hurry to the lifts, as you're still seeing the sparks of Conqueror's Haki fly down from the sun world. Do your best with that fool, Gerd. All right, Gerd says in response. And now we're seeing Rode and the cook Stanson, and then this other guy, I don't remember his name. Take care, you guys. Goldberg. Ultra rare Gerd. What?
Goldberg.
Ultra rare Gerd, I will give it my all. Make it snappy, Harujan. We've got to go. And then Chopper says, I'll stay too, Luffy. We can't move Mr. Ya when he's hurt so badly. All right, thanks, Chopper. Gaban inches up and he's like, hey, Straw Hat Luffy, make a mental note of how you use your color of the Supreme King. They are not immortal. Thanks. I've got this one. I'm going to save Colin and everyone else. Loki chimes into the chat. He's like, you've helped me see the sense of it, Gaban. I wasn't able to verbalize my own power. And in that case, I've experienced it for myself. The Holy Knights can be stopped. Undo my cuffs and take me with you, Harujan. And Harujan's like, you're going to fight for Elbaf? Question mark? Exclamation point?
The way you hit that, the Gaban, they are not immortal, made me think of this random TikTok sound. Now, don't judge me when I say it, because you're going to be like, what are you saying to me?
Okay.
But the sound is so hilarious to me. It's this dude just screams out of nowhere, I used to have hoop dreams until I found out there were other ways to score. If you want to be my miss, you must not be a whore.
Oh,
no, that's how it goes. I was like, what is going on?
Oh my god, if you can find that soundbite, I'd love to see it.
Oh my god, dude, let me see.
There are other ways to score.
Yo, it's hilarious, bro. All right,
they are not immortal.
There were other ways to score. If you're gonna be my bitch, you have to be obedient. You cannot be a whore. You cannot
be okay. No, I've never heard that before. You found that quick.
I just typed in hoop dreams.
Oh, okay, hoop dreams.
TikTok, bro. TikTok is efficient. You don't need to know at least 1 or 2 words. It's gonna find it.
Dude, their algorithms unmatched.
But how you feeling about these 2 pages?
I'm happy that Gaban is still conscious enough, and like again, we speculated that when he fell down into the underworld, that like, oh, he's falling down there for a reason, to pass along the message of the fact that the sun world is being attacked, but also to provide some insight into how to fight the Holy Knights. And so I'm glad that he's still able to have that sense to be like, hey, make a mental note of how you use your Conqueror's Haki. I'm not going to say the color of the Supreme King. That's such a mouthful.
Yeah.
I can't. The Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah.
And so Luffy, he said it right to him. Luffy's hearing it, but like, what do you mean make a mental note?
Right? Like, can we be more specific, my guy?
Yeah, like, am I supposed to use the power of love with Conqueror's Haki? Like am I supposed to talk no jutsu then?
Like, what do you mean, Gaban? Like, why are you still being vague? You are dying, sir. The island's in danger. Just say, hey, do it this way.
Yeah. Don't
son,
say
your son is in danger. Why are we being vague? Your son is in danger. Why are we being vague?
Yeah, stop giving me riddles, old man.
I still want to continue to give Chopper his flowers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's made all the right plays. I don't need him to do anything else in arc.
You know what? Yeah, 100%. If he gigantifies this arc, cool.
Nice.
I'm happy to see it.
Takes down a shadow, cool. I'm like, his stocks are already up. He put himself in a position to make sure I gotta take care of Gaban.
Yeah, I gotta get the intel because I know that the fighters of our crew are gonna need it. No, I love to see it. I love to see it. What I'm a little confused about is Loki here saying, you helped me see the sense of it, Gaban. I wasn't able to verbalize my own power. What does that mean?
Let's see.
Like, does he not know that? So is this Loki has Conqueror's Haki confirmed?
I think maybe
I didn't know.
He didn't know what it was called.
Because he was able to fight them before. She's like, I've experienced it for myself. The Holy Knights can be stopped. I didn't know how I was able to stop them, but you saying that right now, Gaban.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. It's just kind of the same way somebody else is a little stupid. So we'll get to that part.
Right. Yeah.
But Hydrogen, just let him go, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how much more worse can it get freeing Loki than it is already?
Yeah. The man has one cuff. Like, you really don't think like he's gonna get it off?
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the next 2 pages. I'm not taking you anywhere. Seems like there's more than one of you with Supreme King Haki, as Gaban looks at Zoro and Sanji. Huh? Sanji, my poor Sanji, runs up to him, geeked up. Who? Me? Me? Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm tired of Mosshead and Jinbei stealing all of my glory. Hey, you there, swordsman. You seem quite at ease with it. Wait, I can use Supreme King Haki? As Luffy looks at him like, bro, what? You didn't know that? It's flowing out of you. Unbelievable. Haki is a power that's only useful when you consciously control it. Grilling Zoro, looking at him like, you dead ass, bro? How do you expect to support your captain, an emperor of the sea, without knowing that? Sorry. Hey, Gramps, what about me? As Sanji's still looking for validation. This is pathetic, Hashirden. You'd rather have outsiders save our homeland? And then they both say, it seems like it's not they both saying. Sanji just looks mad. Loki saying, Elbaf already has me. Looking down at Hashirden. Is that a fact? Because I can certainly see you betraying Elbaf and joining the side of the government instead. You more or less already did that once. How can I possibly trust you? Hurry, Hashirden. Wasted time means more victims. Luffy, hey, Loki.
Yo, honestly, great 2 pages. Great. Both pages are great.
Yo. All right, so now we have to give Toei their flowers because they added that filler scene, right, where Zoro knocked out a bunch of people in Wano.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in the manga, where he was clearly using Conqueror's Haki.
Okay.
But they just added that in the anime. Right?
Yeah, it was like the
fact that you admit that I didn't see it.
No. I thought you meant like in Egghead Island.
No, today's a recap episode.
Okay. Oh my God, Jesus. All right. Yeah, I remember the scene in Wano when it was like a bunch of the nobodies.
Yeah, a bunch of
Zoro
fodder.
got mad and he just.
Yeah, he just knocked them down because I didn't know that there was a part of the internet or the part of the One Piece agenda. I mean, it is a One Piece agenda, so you know how crazy those get. I don't even know why I'm surprised. That thought that like Zoro was borrowing Oden's haki this whole time.
Oh yeah, because of the sword emanating haki.
Yeah,
I thought
like
that was so silly. Like, why are you taking that away from him?
Like Kaido literally said, "Oh, you're one of those."
Yeah, you're one of them.
Yeah, like what was the while in there? But my boy Sanji. Okay.
What?
Does Sanji not get it at all? Or are we still hoping Sanji? Do we still think? Not hoping. Let's remove the word hope. Because we can all hope for whatever. Do you think Sanji will get Conqueror's haki?
I think that there is a possibility, because again, we don't really know, like, are you born with it or is it something that you can acquire through sheer willpower? I'm gonna kind of be a little corny here. So you know how like we all like spiritually speaking, we all have like a third eye. And you can unlock your third eye through deep meditation or spiritual practices or whatever. And everybody has it, but you're not able to use it unless you unlock it. Like, what if Conqueror's haki is kind of like that? Like, everyone has the potential, but you need to have that willpower in you. And some people are born with that willpower because of they're born, being like who they are. But then some people later on the line, like, has Zoro always had Conqueror's haki? Has it always been flowing out of him? Maybe Mihawk would have said something when he was training him back in the day, but maybe since Zoro's entered the new world and the fierce battles,
maybe Mihawk didn't want to help him that much. He is still an op. He's still an
op. So maybe, because what I will say is, while Sanji's over here really excited, he's trying to get Scott Gaban's attention. And then we see in the second page here, Loki chimes in, Elbaf already has me. And then we see another panel of Sanji clearly frustrated. Why add that? Why add that second panel? No words. It's just Sanji being a little upset. And why does Sanji even want Conqueror's haki?
Well, I mean, he just said it. He was like, finally, these boss, like Mosshead and Jinbei, not going to steal all of my glory. He wants to be. The thing is, like, even though it's a gag, like, I get the joke between the two, right? I'm glad that we haven't leaned too much into Zoro and Sanji bickering this arc. They're just kind of just present and like just around each other. And yeah, there's things happening that one's getting more love than the other in certain moments, but they're not bickering, right?
Yeah.
But Sanji ultimately always wants to be useful.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I think his frustration and all this stuff going on with Zoro, also, and his competitiveness with it, with the whole being number 4 thing, also adds with a layer of like, how useful am I to being Luffy's,
wing,
what he would think right hand man, right? Or to this level, right? I need to be able to get him there. So you're trying to say I don't, like, the frustration comes from if you tell him he don't have it, after him just saying how the hell you gonna be helping the Emperor of the Sea, and you don't know that.
With the Holy Knights,
right?
Especially
with the Holy Knights.
So I'm happy to see this.
The Goro say all of that, right?
Yeah. I'm happy to see this desire from Sanji to want to be more powerful, to want to grow, and like you said, be more useful, because we know Sanji has like self-worth issues.
Yes,
with him and his childhood and everything. So like, I'm really happy we get that last panel of him on the left, like visibly frustrated because Gaban's not acknowledging him and whether or not he has Conqueror's haki. So I think that that's really good. So, and I think it's great Gaban absolutely roasting Zoro in this. This is the first time in a long time we've seen Zoro kind of being scolded. He got pow-powed.
Well, I mean, Zoro's been being the scolder all post-time skip, right? Seeming almost holier than thou. And now also being told, no, right? No, am I bugging?
Yeah, no, you are. No,
like,
you're right.
We're in Punk Hazard. He's like, hey, Luffy, we're in the new world now. You better take this seriously. Get this done with. Hey, guys, Vivi can take care of herself. Hey, stop being like, he been like that. And respectfully so. Like, I acknowledge he's keeping everybody on task. Come to find out, even
you've been slacking. You've been slacking.
And that also goes to the point of like people feeling like, Zoro, what have you haven't even been pushed. Like it seems like, you got so strong that everybody seems like it's low diff.
Yeah.
But you ain't really been pushing yourself post time skip really. And understanding everything and understanding your powers and your ability. You just been chilling. You slept your way to King.
Wait, what? What do you mean slept his way through to King?
Like he slept all the way through the post time skip to King.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Pico wasn't a challenge for him.
Monet.
Yeah, true.
Fishman Island people.
Nah, don't even bring that up.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
He slept his way up to King. King was the first time. Well, King and Kaido. Kaido and Big Mom, essentially, and then King.
Yeah, of course.
That he was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I'm and Egghead Island, he fought Lucci, but he didn't really advance himself because he should have already known he had Conqueror's Haki because of what Kaido said to him. And
he was supposed to already be locked in and be able to take him out easily.
Yeah.
And
then Luffy over here being like, you didn't know, it's been flowing out of you. Like, wait, so you've known? You're able to sense that?
Well,
that he had Conqueror's Haki?
I think Luffy, 100%. Luffy's always been able to kind of sense that. Not always, but like for a while now. It's just that like Luffy's not gonna probably verbalize it, and there's really not been any situations where I guess Luffy's been present where Zoro activated it. Right, the time Zoro was using it, Luffy was passed out on the roof.
Right,
he was cooked, and then running through Wano, it wasn't really there for that, and I don't remember him using it at all during Egghead. But everybody else had been able to check to see when Luffy has it. At least they can tell. Even without him doing like a Haki feat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, I love this for them. This is great.
Now it does also make me beg to differ because Loki is screaming right at this moment where Sanji's asking Gaban is in his face. It's Sanji's reaction to a yes or to a no, or is it just him in the middle of yelling to find out the answer, and he's interrupted by Loki, and Loki steals all the attention?
I don't know if he's being given an answer here by Gaban. I for some reason assumed that Gaban didn't give him an answer and kind of just ignored him. But you think he's getting an answer?
Well, you say he looks upset, right? So like I want to say like there's three different options we have here in regards to this expression, because Oda didn't have to put that expression in the left-hand corner. It's weird. It's interesting.
He looks frustrated.
Right? But I don't know if that's a frustrated or whether that's him being shocked. Right?
It looks like frustration. I wouldn't say shock. But you know what's interesting about it is like, I don't know. It's like white. It's white out. And I don't know. It's kind of like one of those panels where like the leaves like flow by, like he's getting like important news.
Yeah.
You know those anime moments?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can't say for sure. His eyes are covered, so we don't even get to see the expression. It's just his mouth. I've seen Sanji's mouth drop like that from being shocked, just being shocked. So it doesn't mean that's automatically frustration.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he could be shocked to learn that he actually does.
Yeah. So
it's like you need to train, you need to,
and that's my cope, right? I think that's part of my cope. I'm trying to leave it open. Like that panel seems so awkwardly placed. Like that didn't need to be there. We got the point on the right.
Yeah, I agree.
So it could be, hey, maybe he's being straight up told, no, you ain't that guy. Maybe it's, yeah. He's like, oh shit, for real? Or maybe this is him in that same moment still screaming and being ignored because Loki stole the attention.
Maybe. I can see them going up to the Sun World, him confronting a God's Knight, having a hard time dealing damage, and then getting the flashback of what Gaban is telling him in this moment. Like, no, you don't have it right now, but you can achieve it through battle and through, near-death experiences. And, you essentially have to want it.
Yeah.
Because this could be a flashback moment of Gaban giving him advice.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. You want to take next two?
Yep. So again, in the last panel, we have Luffy interrupting the conversation between Harujin and Loki. And he's like, hey, Loki, join my crew, man. Then we can set him free. Huh, Harujin? And both of them are shocked. They're like, what? And Zoro's like, Huh? Luffy, forget about it. There is no way this enormous freak
Not you.
fits on
Not you
our
clapping
ship.
like a bird. They doing the wave. They waving. They doing the no.
Oh, I thought he was like
you a
clapping,
bird.
like,
You.
Luffy. And Sanji's over here even like, what about the food? He eats more than you.
The logistics, the statistics.
Come on, guys. It sounds like Elbeth doesn't even want you around anymore. I think it'd be fun with you. And if anybody got any problems, I'll whoop them. And Loki's like, oh, shut your mouth, Pipsqueak. Why would I ever be a henchman for you? Luffy don't even acknowledge it. And he's like, I've heard this before. And Harujin's like, is that what your instinct tells you, Straw Hat? And Luffy's like, wow, I just want to see him fight, man. I just want to see him fight.
Really? I just like to fight.
Harujin, what's the holdup? We gotta use the lift. I'm coming now. I'm sorry, Straw Hat, but Elbaf has condemned Loki to death. You cannot have him. Damn. Harujin, go on and unlock Loki's chains. Nani? Not you too, Mr. Ya. Why do you say this? Loki killed 113 soldiers in the castle 14 years ago. He gave Chief Ja Rule a most grievous wound and slaughtered his own father. His crimes are monstrous and historic in scale.
So, is Loki joining the group at the end of this? Or
dude, when I thought this was fan fiction when I
thought this was fan fiction.
I thought that they just snuck it in there because I was like, yo, this man straight up asked him, I'm sorry. Has there ever been a time?
Yeah.
Has there when he's straight up asked somebody and they haven't joined the crew?
Gaimon.
That's true.
You asked. You
yeah. All right. Okay. Gaimon excluded. Gaimon excluded. You got me there. All right. No, man, I don't think so.
I think there's been like just stupid ones. Just like Gaimon is a stupid one. There's been stupid ones. Luffy used to pull that stunt a lot more during pre-time skip. Post-time skip, he asked Jinbei and Fishman Island, and he never asked anybody ever again. But before extending,
Jinbei was the last one. Yamato asked to join herself, so it's not like Luffy asked her, but Luffy asked Sanji, Usopp, Frankie, Brook,
everybody but Robin.
Chopper. Yeah, everybody but Robin. And I mean, I guess he asked Zoro, but whatever.
Yeah.
So dude, this is like, I mean, shenanigans afoot, and the whole like Zoro and Sanji saying no is reminiscent of Thriller Bark when Luffy asked Brook and against Sanji and Nami.
Nami was like, no, what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? And
but Zoro's asking the important question.
Like they both saying the see, this is what I'm loving. When these two are not arguing, bro.
Yeah.
It's peak.
Yeah.
It's peak.
Because that's them boys. That's
every
boys,
good chapter,
bro.
every great chapter is when these two ain't arguing.
Yeah.
But they're on screen together on the same page because
they're the same person almost. Not, but like they're brothers. They're brothers.
Bro said, he can't fit on this ship. We can't feed him.
He's gonna have to eat a whole Sea King to himself.
So people are trying to find workarounds because there's many questions to ask, right? We still don't know what Loki's devil fruit is, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know if Loki has the ability to shrink himself with whatever devil fruit he has.
Right?
Yeah. We don't even know for sure. We don't know for sure because everything's been hearsay in regards to the past. If he even has a devil fruit, they might think he have a devil fruit and just put sea stone chains on him anyway.
Yeah, maybe he has it in his pocket
because he was still able to bring that lightning while sea stone was on him.
True.
So therefore, that wasn't his devil fruit powers. Bro was just crazy. I don't know. People who have all types of abilities, right? That don't have anything to do with like devil fruits. Now, size of the ship. The owl, I've heard people say could be a thing. I don't.
Oh.
The library is burning.
Right.
So the
So
owl
where's the
being
owl
on
gonna
the
go?
sunny could help resize. How does the owl work exactly? Like, I'm trying to remember
Dude, I don't even.
the owl
anything
makes
that
the books
enters the library
become smaller, right?
Yeah, or bigger.
No, it becomes bigger.
Yeah, but I'm sure the opposite can be true. He can make things small.
And I think they specifically said it can't do the other way around. They specifically said it cannot do the other way around. It was like there was like a note about that.
But that's such a like a weird thing. Like every time they have to fight, the owl has to come into play. That's so annoying.
Or the owl, like the owl. I don't know. I really don't know. Right. So that's one thing. I don't know exactly how they will figure that out. Second option, there is a guy named Frankie here and a lot of Adamwood.
Yes, but yes. Okay. So are we thinking like a whole new ship? No, that ship would have to be monstrous.
The Million Sunny?
The Million Sunny. No, this ship would have to be absolutely gargantuan in order to fit. Like, no, I can't believe it.
It has to be an arc. No. It has to be an arc, essentially.
Dude, yeah. I like the crew, it would just be unrealistic. Just for one person. Yeah. Unless the Grand Fleet joins. I don't know. I think the resizing makes more sense, but actually none of this makes sense. None of this.
He said none of this makes sense. I see inside the chat. Make him his own ship. Here's the thing about that. That's not fun. If you can't, if you a character who cannot banter and dick around on the ship with the crew, and you just on another ship, where's the vibes?
Yeah.
Where's the vibes? You know what I mean? Like, if Loki does have a devil fruit, that means he can't pull a San Juan wolf, and he's not even as big as San Juan wolf, so just walk in the water. So he can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a giant ship the size of what we see later on in this chapter be the secondary ship of the Sunny seems, I mean, it can be whatever. Oda's gonna do what he wants, right? But that just doesn't sit right with me. But granted, we're at the end of the story, so who cares about who fits on the Sunny?
All right, so I found the chapter with the owl, and Robin's bringing a book. Literally as soon as she walks into the library, the book starts growing huge out of her hands. And Saul's laughing, saying, "All the books are now giant sized. Every book that you bring in here turns huge. This is the wondrous owl library." Okay, actually, that's all that's mentioned, unless there's like unless it's like the next chapter where they talk about the owl in more detail. Oh, okay, yeah. So Lilith is saying, I suspect it's the growth owl that's eaten the grow fruit. It can cause any inorganic matter to grow. Okay, but wait, what does it say? We have some medical books here from here in Elbaf, but they were always big, so they can't shrink down. So maybe that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they specifically are saying like it can't make things small. First of all, it says inorganic.
It can't make things that were already big
small.
But something that was gigantified can be turned small again. But that doesn't even apply to Loki.
It also says inorganic.
Yeah.
So,
but Lilith,
I mean, the ship, it can make the ship big, I guess.
True. It could make the ship big, but I don't know.
You don't like that, right? You don't like, I just don't like it.
I don't like it. Yeah, it just doesn't sit right.
It's too clunky. Right. It's just too clunky.
Yeah.
Everything else here, I mean, Gabon's letting him know, yo, go unlock those chains, bro.
Yeah, and he's like, "What? Why are you saying all this?" And he's just listing off. Now we know 113 soldiers died. This happened 14 years ago, and he gave Chief Ja Rule the most grievous wound. Yeah, let's take the next page.
All right. I know, but the day it happened, we felt an extreme abnormal HAKI from the castle, and Shanks and I headed for Orist Castle together. We didn't see the whole thing, But we were there. You what? Huh? Did you just say Shanks? Sorry, Stanson. You'll have to go up first. Zoro, Sanji, we'll catch up with you soon. Shanks obsessed fool. What? Don't call Shanks a fool. He was talking about you, fool. See? The boys. The boys.
That was so funny.
Who better to tell the story to than Hajiden? You're still brothers, even if your mothers are different. Because he's a father. He understands parenthood. You have 3 minutes to explain everything. Crazy. This is going to be you know this is not a 3-minute backstory, but what happened in the castle that day 14 years ago, Loki? If you're a true warrior of Elbaf, then swear by the name of Kami-sama and speak the truth. This is a cruel demand, brother. Everybody looking at Loki. You want me to relive that event? I'd rather not remember the details. Woe is me. It was a horrible day. Someone's coming from the sky. Rah, rah. And we enter flashback territory as the panels start to turn black on the side. 14 years ago. Dog. Oh no. Loki. Prince Loki has returned. Chief Ja Rule is here as well. We're now in front of Aura's castle.
In Elbaf, 14 years ago. First of all, the comedy between Zoro and Sanji, hilarious. I love that.
Bro out here defending Zoro. That's not what he said. He said, you're the fool.
He said, that's you. Look in the mirror.
Bro said, I'm not going up there. I need to hear the Shanks lore.
Dude, every time Shanks, like Luffy talks about Shanks and he gets brought up, like I feel like Zoro's always got something to say about it. You know, I can't wait for do you think Zoro really thinks Shanks ain't shit?
Yeah.
He's like, you just got nostalgia, bro. He really ain't all that.
They don't respect shot. They still think Shanks is on fraud watch.
Yeah, that must be it, man.
I mean,
that because Zoro.
I mean, it's not like the rat allegations aren't back.
That's crazy. That's crazy that it's circled back, bro. That man was vindicated for like
he was free.
Months.
Oda said,
"Just wait,
just wait." Crown the king. If anyone understands Sanji, it's Gabon, so he definitely told him something. I mean, Gabon just met this man. They are the same vibe, but like he don't know Sanji.
Yeah, I mean, he might just get like a good vibe, kind of like. I mean, it depends on like how he. No, because you know how like Luffy has that sense where he just knows people, and maybe that's just like he's adept at using Haki and sensing other people's feelings.
Yeah.
If Gabon's over here preaching, you know, the Haki is only a power you can use if you're conscious of it, maybe he's able to like feel people out a little.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just observe it. Yeah, I don't know if it's that deep, but yeah, they have a similar vibe, just not yet. Yeah. Not yet. They don't know each other yet.
I like that Loki's saying like this is a cruel demand. Like you want me to relive that? Like he's showing like this is not a good day, bro. Like I really try not to think about this.
One bad day.
Yeah.
One bad day is about to come.
But I'm so excited. We're finally here.
We've been waiting
Flashback.
For this. Can I say it? You know how long we've been waiting for this?
Yeah, I know. Yo, the flashback season in One Piece manga is here. We're back, and I am so happy. I love flashback season.
It's been a while.
Actually,
man.
I wasn't that happy when the Kuma backstory started, but then once it started cooking, I was like, oh my God, please don't stop.
Oh, because there was so much shit going on. I get it. There was so much heat going on.
Yeah.
So you probably felt like it was like, what the fuck? And then while it was happening, it was like, oh, I apologize.
I also didn't know Kuma's backstory. Like, I knew it was going to be like sad, but I didn't know it was going to be that sad.
Nobody could have predicted that. Nobody could have thought that the saddest backstory was about to take place.
Yeah. So, and then meanwhile, like learning all this like cool stuff that happened in the past, you know, like
see him visit every island that he sent the Straw Hats to. You're saying like, oh, this is why we don't get to write One Piece.
Yeah. This
is why he's writing it. And
he's about to cook because we already know that there's something else that happens that nobody would have thought what is going to happen. I'm so happy we're here.
All right. You want to take the next two?
So let's do it. So now we're seeing a younger Loki and I guess younger Ja Rule walk into the castle, towering over the other giants. He summoned you too, Loki? Hey, we're family. You looking good, though, old man. Just try not to live too long, eh? Shut your mouth. His Majesty is in the throne room. What does he want with me anyway? I got no interest in a man who'd sell his soul to the world government. These are the people who killed Rocks. If Elbaf is going in that direction, they'll make an enemy out of me. Lower your volume. I'm an old man now. I'd rather leave the politics to the younger folks. And that lackadaisical attitude is exactly the problem. It's how you ended up with peace-addicted children with no idea of how to swing a weapon. That's the age we live in. My granddaughter's granddaughter doesn't fight, and she's adorable. Soft old dullard. Train her up some. Train her up. Use some discipline. What's with that ruckus? It's coming from the throne room. Chief Ja Rule, thank you for coming. And Loki, my prince, welcome back. Hey, I heard that. Just a minute. Let me check with the king. He summoned me here. This is my home. Just open the damn door, you clown, as Loki kicks the poor guard up against the door. Stop. No violence, your highness. The doors come crashing down. Hey, Pop, I'm back. As he suddenly gets interrupted.
Damn.
What he sees.
Shade said you need to apologize to Ja Rule.
Why?
I don't know, man.
What did I do?
You've been calling Ja Rule a fraud.
That's true. That's true. I have been. He looks like such a sweet old man in that bottom panel on the first page.
Like you've been saying, like, nah, I don't trust this guy. He was spreading the rumors about him being a traitor for a while now.
That's true. Listen,
you forgot your own agenda.
I just didn't think it was that bad for. Listen, we don't know yet. We don't know what's happening. All right, like there could still be some shenanigans that happen. So I'm not apologizing for shit.
Yeah. He said, not yet.
No,
not yet. Loki heavy on the La Mega. Make Elbaf great again.
Yeah, man. That hammer, though, that's different from the hammer that he had before.
It's not the same hammer.
Not the same hammer.
So
I wonder where he gets that hammer from.
Probably, I don't even know. We got to see, but it's good to see the vibes. Loki just walking around doing his thing. The kick straight into the door. Savage.
Yeah. Why does Loki have those bandages on his eyes, man? What is with that? Can he not see? Because even as a kid, I think even as a kid, when we saw the flashback of him in Harrogen, he had bandages on his eyes. Is it the vibes? Is it for straight vibes?
Maybe it might be. I was thinking, I was like, it might be straight vibes.
Dude. It could be. But I'm not going to lie. He looks cool as fuck. Like walking into that room there with the hammer over his arm.
Farming, OD.
Dude, the character design, Oda cooked, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, if it's not straight vibes, maybe they cut his eyes. I don't know. Maybe they burnt his eyes out when he was a kid.
I don't know. Just to nerf him.
Yeah, had to nerf him. It was like, no, he has these eyes. We can't let him have. They stole his eyes like Kurapika.
Yeah, like. Maybe it's a training thing. Maybe it's like you need to close your eyes in order to use your HAKI better. Yeah. Your observation.
Yeah, could be that. Yeah,
and he's just like, I don't need my eyes.
Luffy was under the same training.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next 2 pages, we see an image as the door opens of Whitebeard getting killed by Blackbeard. Your Majesty! A bunch of blades going through what seems to be the silhouette of King Harold. Harold, what's going on in here? Ja Rule and Loki both stunned, and then we cut to the Sun World, Gabon's house. One day we'll go to the Heaven Realm. The view's simply enormous. This place is the best, ain't it? Been a while since we shared a good bath together. What's it been? 3 or 4 years? Are you kidding? Captain died 10 years ago. Has it really been that long? It must feel like an entity for you then. Yeah. My life's changed entirely. My plan was to join up with Buggy, the true Pirate King, and lead a laid-back pirate in life. But even here in Elbaf, there's so much more to learn. You're a child of fate, Shanks. Don't bother thinking over the tricky little details. You remember Little Garden? The island where we met Dory and Broggy? Of course.
I love this last page. Love it. Absolutely. Like there's already just so much I want to like talk about in these four panels.
I have so many agendas to go through right now.
Yeah.
One,
it's not even it doesn't even have anything to do with like the right side, like the first page.
The right side. Like, we get it. He got white beater. We get it. We don't know what's happening. They got Diamond reversing. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. There's a Diamond reversing or something happening on. We get it. This ain't everything is not what it seems. I seen Wizards of Waverly Place.
I haven't.
All right. One, Shanks is joining Cross Guild. Nah.
For the lulz.
Nah, it's okay. It's for the lulz, but I might take away one of the L's.
One of the L's?
In the lull. I'll take away one of the L's. I'm laughing, but I ain't laughing out loud.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Because
I think it's so sweet. He even now
that's his boy.
That's his boy, bro.
And Luffy tried to be so mean when they pulled up to Oris Castle earlier in the arc, and he was like, "Yeah, he looks at Rayleigh and Roger's family, but not Buggy."
But
he said, "But not Buggy, not except Buggy."
No. Yo, but that's his man.
That's his boy.
Yeah, man.
Son,
he didn't need to say that for anybody. It's just him and Gabon. It's just him and Gabon.
Oda is up to something, bro.
You think?
Oda is up to something, dude. I don't know what, but Shanks is a child of fate. Could Buggy be a child of fate too?
Yo, Buggy for Pirate King, bro.
But it's so wicked, bro. It's just been he's been failing up.
You know what's crazy? Like in the beginning of the series, you hear that Buggy was on the same ship as like Shanks, and you just think like, oh yeah, he's just a cabin boy. But that's not a normal thing. That's not a normal thing in like the world of One Piece. We like pirate crews don't just be having cabin boys, and you were a cabin boy on Gold Roger's pirate ship. That's important. We know now, over 1,000 chapters in, that's a big deal.
And
so you're right.
At least
is Buggy a child of fate?
And at least we could say Shanks was found in a treasure chest. Where's Buggy?
Where was Buggy? Are they the same age? Are Buggy and Shanks the same age?
I want to say, if anything, maybe a year apart.
Buggy is 39 years old.
I think Shanks is older.
No, Shanks is 39. They're both the same age.
Oh my days. What if
What
if Buggy...
What if it's a celestial dragon?
What if Buggy is a celestial dragon,
bro? Imagine. One day we see a celestial dragon, he's got a big red nose.
Listen, I'm either convinced that because there's some type of duality of something happened with Shanks and Buggy that makes me think, okay, Shanks represents a bloodline of the Fingerlings, the world government, like this holy bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And then having his Sasuke essentially be Buggy, the alternate to that is, which the theory I'm still dying on still, like I still believe, is Shanks gotta be Rox's kid. I mean, not Shanks,
you mean
Buggy. Buggy gotta be Rox's kid or something. Buggy can't just be some random player, bro.
Yeah, not just some random thing that the Roger Pirates picked up because of pity.
Unless Oda really loves this Buggy joke so much, it is the greatest troll in the world.
Either way, I love it. Because like Buggy stocks went up in this chapter for no reason.
Son, look, Shay said Buggy was like, I was ready to follow you to achieve that dream of us going to Laugh Tale together.
Yeah.
And this nigga Shanks. But the rat allegations are back, y'all.
If you know what, I didn't clock it the first time I read
clock it when I first read past the panel. And then I got like 2 panels down and Shay was yelling at me, look at his arm, look at his arm. I'm like, where? What are you talking about? What mark? I had to go back to the hot tub. I'm like, I was just trying to move past the hot tub.
Yup.
6 feet apart, so it's not gay.
That mark is something else, man. And to know that that's the arm that he lost when saving Luffy, what is going on? What does that tattoo represent?
I mean, we know it's a world government tattoo.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think it's like the mark that Emu uses. I mean, it could be, right? But I don't think so.
For the Abyss?
For the Abyss powers. It could be that, right? My thoughts are Shanks in that moment pulled a Nami, where like how Nami had the Arlong mark and just wanted to get rid of it. And maybe Shanks, the only way he could get rid of this mark on his body was losing the whole arm, and that was the first opportunity he had to just be like, oh my god, I lost it. I'm free. Like Luffy may have freed him.
So you think it's more symbolically and not Shanks just using that as an opportunity? Because like, what if the mark is something that Emu uses?
It could be.
It is something that it could be like it could track his location. It can,
I agree.
Bind your soul to the owner of it or whatever.
100%.
And he just used that to be like.
I'm not opposed to any of that either, right? But like it all comes back to the biggest glaring plot hole of this series is how did Shanks just lose his arm?
Yeah.
He just lost his arm
to a fish that Luffy knocked out
one-shotted
in the first chapter,
right?
Math never mathed.
Shade said that could be his mark before becoming an official Holy Knights and receiving the real Abyss mark. It's whatever it is. It's a mark that he didn't seem like he wanted on his body, right?
Yeah.
If it is the Abyss mark, you're able to heal yourself, right? But Shanks still has a scar. So
he got from Blackbeard, which is crazy,
right?
And 14 years ago. So at this point, he would have been 25 years old.
Yeah. So this Blackbeard thing happened after Roger's death. So it's within that time period, right? So the 10 years before this moment.
And while Blackbeard was with Whitebeard, right? Like, what the hell happened? What interaction did these two possibly have?
Probably tried to sneak him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it all thematically, it goes back to like why Shanks has such a soft spot even more for Luffy, because Luffy liberated him. Essentially, if him not having the arm anymore and him not having this mark on his body anymore, because they won't say too much here because I'll save it for the next chapter. But can we talk about the time?
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
So he's saying Roger died 10 years ago.
Yeah.
The Bond's like, it's been like 3 or 4 years, right? First line in the story in the thing. Don't stay here too long. And we've already figured out that they're talking about some time stuff. And then he brings up Dorian Broggy, Little Garden. Vivi also said that this is like an island outside of time because there's still dinosaurs here.
And we know that there are dinosaurs in Elbaf and things like that.
So I think we now have a mathematical answer here in regards to the time difference. We're talking about 3x speed.
3x speed on. So I guess the world is running on 3x speed while Elbaf is 3x slower.
Yeah, because one of the biggest things with time in our world too, in the real world, is gravity plays a part in the passage of time, right?
Ooh, because Elbaf is so huge.
Elbaf is huge, and also we know that every island has gravitational poles because of the log poles, and things like that. So the amount of gravity there could be making time move differently, or whatever's happening, the magnetic poles or whatever each thing has. So this leads me even back to the Yamato thing. That Yamato thing has been going on forever.
Oh.
But the Straw Hats, for them, let's say if the Straw Hats have been here for 3 days, right? Maybe 2 days. I don't know how long they've been here.
It's been 3 weeks.
No.
Or is that math?
No. You're doing that. Whoa, your math is way off.
Okay.
It's been 9 days.
Uh-huh.
So
it's been 9 days.
If they've been there for 3 days, I'm just throwing a number out there. I don't know exactly how long the Straw Hats have been there, but I just want to you throw me a number and I'll work off the number you want to give.
So
but
3 days is 72 hours. So 72 hours times 3 is 216 hours. So yeah,
it's just 9 days, right? Or if they're there for a week, 3 weeks. If they're there for a month, three months in the outside world. If they're there for a year, that's 3 years in the outside world. If you're there for 3 years, that's 9 years in the outside world.
Right.
So Gabon is seeing a whole different passage of time feeling on Elbaf than what's in the outside world, which still leads me to be like, okay, Yamato's going to be able to still travel all of Wano in what seems like a long time in the cover story, but it's been no ass time to the Straw Hats.
Yeah. That would make a lot more sense for when she joins up with them after Elbaf.
Yeah. 1 day, 1 Elbaf, 2 on the cost of Elbaf. I don't think it's 2. I think it's at least 2.8 or 3.
Oh, let me open the door.
Yeah. How long we've been on Elbaf. I don't know exactly how long we've been on Elbaf, Shade, but like it's been maybe a day or two. It hasn't been that long. You know what I mean? So mathematically, especially because of later on in the chapter, we're going to get even more exact math. 10 divided by 3 is like 3.3. But if it's 4, he's saying it's been 3 or 4 years. If it's 4, it's like 2.8. You know what I mean? But he's gauging. He's not even giving an exact number. Gabon's being lackadaisical. We get a more exact number later on in the chapter that we can add to this mathematical equation and shit like that. So,
yeah.
What else you got here? You want to talk about?
What it was? It wasn't the time thing. It was it's not that big. Pause. But it's something that Shanks said, that my plan was to join up with Buggy, lead a laid-back pirating life. But even here in Elbaf, there's so much more to learn, which just adds to the allure of Elbaf. What is it here in Elbaf that even attracted Shanks? Like, why did Shanks essentially have Elbaf as his territory, even though I don't think it's official that it is? Why did he spend so much time here? What is it about Elbaf that intrigues him so much? You know, it can't be the passage of time.
It could be that.
Is it the history? It could exactly. Is it the history of Elbaf? Like, what answers does Elbaf have for history that can be important to modern time?
Well, it could be that he's staying there because he knows the world government wants Elbaf because of what's about to occur. And
True.
And we know he knows some stuff, right? He knows more than he's supposed to know. So he could just be safeguarding, being like, I'm going to stay here just in case these motherfuckers get crazy.
Yeah.
But guess what? They came while he wasn't here. Or at least we to our knowledge, he's not here.
To our knowledge.
Right. And Shanks don't seem like he just be going around all willy-nilly. It seems like he really be staying at home base a lot.
Yeah, gathering his crew, alliances, just having a good time, drinking, partying.
Yeah. But this Child of Fate thing.
Dude, what does it mean? I don't know. Did he already fulfill his purpose as a child of fate? I mean, Naruto did when he was 16 years old. You know, Shanks is 39. He's a 39-year-old man.
Yeah.
So whatever he has done as a child of fate, what should have already been done.
I mean, it could have been Luffy alone, being that he was supposed to be the person to do that.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the person to save him.
Yeah, save him or get him the fruit.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
next 2 pages.
So here we have Ripley joining the chat. How does the water feel, Mr. Ya and Shang-Chi? Oh, that scared me. Shang-Chi? It feels great. Thanks, Ripley. She seems to like it when I'm at eye level like this. I guess this is how you can have. This is how you have to design your house if you live with a giant, huh? I've got
Wait, it's a house in a house. I'm dead.
I've got a lingonberry tart for you. Have some wine with it if you'd like. Tell me some stories about Mr. Younger Mr. Ya's younger days, Shanks. Oh boy, the tales I could tell. At every single port of call, Gabon had a different. Oh, whoa. Hey, dunk. You want to live?
Punk,
want to leave
not
this island
dunk.
alive? Oh, punk. You want to leave this island alive? Gabon says, you know much about King Harold? They worship him like a god here in Elbaf. Yes, I met him in Mary Joie. We got along all right. But there was something we couldn't talk about in the Holy Land. So if he's back home, I'd like to meet him and discuss it before it's too late. On this day, there was a massacre in the castle, and the most beloved king in Elbaf's history, wise King Harold, perished. Huh? What's that? Let me out! Who blocked the door? Help! Ah! Chief Ja Rule! Clank, clank. This is the treasure of Elbaf, the forbidden devil fruits. But what was it that caused the people to praise him so? Still in flashback territory. First of all, Gabon's a dirty, dirty dog.
Oh boy, he was about to be like, "Yo, Gabon got the." Gabon used to have a different joint lined up every time. Shanks is a rat.
Yo,
Shanks
come on,
is a rat.
bro. You should know you shouldn't say stuff like that, man.
Bro, not only did the tattoo thing got him out open season again, but he was actually about to snitch.
So air him out.
So if anything, if he's not a rat in that way, he's a rat in this sense.
Yeah. But I think it's cute that Gabon was like, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. Don't say nothing in front of my girl. Even though they have like an open kind of marriage kind of thing. Yeah. I still like that. You know, he kind of cares. He doesn't want to hurt Ripley's feelings or have her see him in a different light.
How did he even get this, bro? How the logistics? That's why I'm just like, maybe we just need to let go of the logistics with the ship, because there is no logistics with Gabon being able to even, like,
the HAKI of love, bro. It's the way you make me feel.
Love. Like, how do you even?
It's the way you make me feel.
Do you even pull out?
He didn't.
I mean, he didn't. But like, it must take you a couple of days to get out, right?
Yo, you've seen The Boys, right?
Chill. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I really wonder what Shanks wanted to talk to King Harold about. So I guess King Harold, it's official. He did go to Mary Joie. He did spend time with the world government in that regard.
Yeah, he was trying to change the culture, it seems like, at some time, like to work with the world government. So like he was in cahoots with the world government.
Yeah.
In some type of way, because for all we know, he may have went there and turned up.
Mm-hmm.
And been like, nah, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this shit. Right? But we don't know how long ago it was since Shanks saw him there. We know Shanks was there. We just didn't know what Shanks, to what capacity. But like now that we see the tattoo, he must have been a knight or something.
A trainee, a squire.
Yeah.
Living his Knight's Tale life. Like he was on job. He was on payroll. He was doing something, which is why like they couldn't talk freely. You know, there were too many eyes, too many people watching. But I guess he wanted to talk to him about, you know, the world government's plans for Elbaf, their desires, you know, what they wanted to do.
Or Joy Boy and the Poneglyphs.
Sure. 100%.
Like it could just be it could be something a little bit more like that before it's too late, because maybe he just knows that they want to. Maybe Shanks knows that they want Elbaf, and he's like, it's inevitable. They're gonna like try to kill this bro.
Yeah. So who is this person that's going towards Elbaf's forbidden devil fruits? And clearly, King Harold did not eat it. It's in the chest.
It's in the chest.
So it being passed down through the royal lineage of Elbaf
to be protected, it seems, not to be eaten.
Protected. To be protected. Yes, exactly. Why is it forbidden? Why does it need to be protected? Did Loki eat it?
I don't. So this doesn't seem like, because it's a shadowy figure, right? Mm-hmm. I'm led to believe that that's not Loki walking up on that chest.
Yeah.
right?
No, it's whoever. Maybe it's a vessel that Emu is using to walk through Elbaf.
Right.
Is it Shamrock?
Well, we already saw that there's a summoning circle there, so they don't even need a vessel.
Emu. Are you talking about Emu doesn't need a vessel? Well, I mean, Emu wouldn't touch down on Elbaf.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be Emu. It could be one of the
God's
Holy Knights. Yeah.
Exactly. Like Gunko, like a vessel.
Because the summoning circle that we saw in the beginning. So this is obviously how they got here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if anything, that HAKI they're feeling, yeah, it could be Emu taking over somebody.
Yeah.
Like they did before.
Could be Emu. It could be Loki. It could be Loki fighting these creatures. But yeah, it was also definitely King Harold that stabbed Ja Rule in the head.
Yeah. Like he got cooked.
Yeah. I feel like Ja Rule maybe like intercepted Loki getting killed.
He might have just got snuck.
Maybe.
So I think that this is the gum fruit.
You think it's
I think it's the
Luffy's fruit?
No. I think that Elbaf has been protecting this fruit, right?
Wait a minute. So wait, what if that was Who's Who? And when Who's Who left with the gum fruit, we know Who's Who got jumped by Shanks, right? So what if after everything that transpired here, Shanks was like, oh, I can at least go and get this. And then directly after this happened, he went to the East Blue and ran into Luffy.
Because it's hearsay.
And that's why Shanks is a child
Loki
of fate.
Ate the fruit.
Right.
It's hearsay. We don't know. Everything is hearsay, right? They said, and Loki ate it. So we threw these chains on him. Mm-hmm. And the chains could be doing nothing for him. He could just be doing his bid. He's like, I'm just doing my bid. They think I got a devil fruit. I don't got a devil fruit. They stole the devil fruit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Shanks recovered it. And instead of Shanks bringing it back to Elbaf because it's no longer safe on Elbaf, Shanks kept it with him and was rocking out with it. And Luffy ate it.
Yeah. Dude. That could be the gum fruit. Because Luffy was... damn. Because Luffy's what? 19
Luffy's
now?
19, right? So this is 14 years ago. And how many?
Luffy was 7 years old when he met Shanks. So 7 plus 14 is 21.
21.
So
the time period difference is this is 14 years ago. Luffy's currently 19. So Luffy would have been 5 years old when this happened.
But you know what? The time difference in Elbaf, I guess, plays a part too.
Well, there's the 14 years ago statement is caters to our real world time, right?
Okay.
Not our, just the.
I'm not trying to
do
the math.
Yeah, don't try to convert it into like because you just convert it. I'm like, don't convert it. Just if the narrator's saying it, just consider it. It's been 14 years in how they calculate time in the outside world. So Luffy would have been 5.
Yeah, but still 2 years. You know, Shanks likes to party, so maybe he made a couple of pit stops on his way to.
Made some pit stops, or like we don't know how long that chest was there before Luffy ate it.
True. Yeah, Shanks could have been holding on to it for a couple of years.
He could have been doing a good job of keeping it on deck. Like, and some people thought that he was going to try to give it to Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Try holding it to wait for Ace to get a little bit more oomph, right? To get better. And Luffy's the one who took it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the plan.
And that's why Shanks was in the East Blue for so long, because he was hiding from the world's government. Because why would Shanks go to the East Blue?
Because it's so low key.
Yeah.
Super low key. Motherfuckers like, we're not going to look over there for him. Why would he be there?
So, dude, things are lining up. That's crazy.
Listen, bro. Oda's cooking, bro. Oda's cooking.
He really is, man.
Okay, so we get to the final panel. For that, we must go double backstory time. It's a backstory within a backstory. Inception.
Who would have thought?
Who's would have thunk it? Honestly, I was thinking that actually when I got to that page. I said, only 14 years? We're not going further?
Yeah, fair.
I was like, that's it? For that, we must go far back in time. To back when Kudaha was like 30 years old. To 109 years before the present. When the question of what is the most frightening thing on the sea would elicit unanimous answer. The giant pirate crew were the most widely feared figures of the day, as we see a young Dorian Broggy. At the same time, the royal ship from the land of giants, it's a giant ship, only enhanced the fear the world felt toward Elbaf. I hear there's a beautiful princess in the castle. Take a look. And a major reason for that. Whoopsies. My foot slipped. Please don't do that, Your Majesty. But King of Warland, Elbaf Island, Harold, was that Harold, King of Elbaf, who ascended the throne at just 45 years old, 15 in human years, 3 times 15, 45, was undeniably a low-life scumbag. Who's your god now?
Was undeniably a low-life scumbag. Yo, he literally kicked his man into a castle.
He pulled the Loki. The same way Loki kicked Bro into the door, the same way he kicked Bro into that castle.
Yup. Dickheads.
Dickheads.
Like father, like son. Dude, I love that we're seeing, because like I feel like throughout One Piece we always heard, oh, the giant pirates were it. Those were them guys, you know, that was the biggest, baddest crew around. And I feel like even like we were all like, where are they?
Because we've seen this new Elbaf, the soft Elbaf, and we like these guys.
No, not even that. Not even them. I'm talking about like even like Dorian Broggy or the other two guys that we met in Ennis Lobby.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about because they all soft now. We are seeing new Elbaf that's soft, where Hadrian is getting one-shotted.
Yeah,
and getting trapped in Dressrosa. You know what I mean? Like they not what they used to be.
Nope. But these guys,
cause like guys, all right. So Za, earlier in the chat, you were saying we gotta get Loki his own ship. This is the size of the ship that would need to travel behind the Sunny for Loki to be on just by himself.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
That's just
it's just I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
And the ship under it is another giant ship. It's not even the ship for fucking him.
Yeah.
Like that's still a giant ship, right? So the Sunny and then would be smaller than this ship that's in front of this giant ship. And then that giant ship would still need to house Loki on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's just not feasible. How are they going to share a meal together? It's silly. But that's not me saying that I don't want Loki to join the crew.
Yeah, that's
not the way it's going to happen.
I agree.
All right. So the chapter's done.
Young Dorian Broggy, cute to see. Yes.
I can't believe we're seeing a flashback within a flashback.
Oimo and Kashi are actually in the background here too. That's what we were talking about from Eddie's lobby.
Oh wow, they are there.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't know how I just picked that,
dude. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah, it's crazy that we're getting a flashback within a flashback. Because we're like in the flashback and we're seeing things are happening. King Harold's getting killed. Someone's walking up to the treasure chest. Someone just stabbed Chief Ja Rule in the head. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, are we going to see what happens next?
That's it.
Psych! Another flashback.
He said, well, we're going back to 109 years because now, you know, I see Crown saying in the chat, we're about to see where Harold starts to, he's a child. He's 15, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Now that we got both the panel with Gabon letting Shanks know that he's felt like it's been 3 or 4 years, but Shanks is telling him it's been 10 years, right? And now we have Oda reconfirming the math here. We're saying like he ascended the throne because this is not saying right now. It doesn't say he's 15 years old, but it's saying he ascended the throne at 15 or 45, right? So you got to assume that right now we're assuming that Harold is basically King Joffrey.
Oof. Oh my God. And he's giant size. He's bigger than the giants. They go up to his knees.
How you feel about the design?
He looks just as cool as Loki.
Yeah, bro.
He looks just as cool as Loki. I mean, his face is giving, you know, villain of the week.
Yeah.
But whatever. Look at that fit, man.
Look at that
Look at
fit.
the size of the sword.
Look at the horns.
I wonder, like, what I just love how now, in order to understand the events that happened in the first flashback, we need to understand events that happened in this other second flashback to understand the person that Ja Rule was to how he became. Kind of like
Odin.
I don't know how. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say Odin. Yeah. So I wonder what character development we're gonna see here. Like what did King Harold do when he was a pirate, and how did he become somebody who wanted to be a peaceful king?
Well,
and then
we know one of the things that adds to it is he had a kid with somebody he wasn't supposed to have a kid with.
True, and that was Harjin's mom.
That's Hajirden, and Hajirden's older than Loki.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, Loki's the younger brother.
I believe. Okay.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me look it up.
Feel like you're gonna look it up.
Look
up how old Loki is.
Yes, Hajirden has revealed his younger half brother Loki. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Younger half.
So Hajirden's the older one. But it was just, I remember making a joke about it because Loki's so much bigger than him. And he even said it like, I'm bigger than you, bro. Because you a half breed. I'm an ancient giant. Like I got that full ancient giant blood, and you just got half.
He's got that dog in him.
And Harold, through his journeys, seems like he had a child with somebody from a different giant nation. That's why they gave him shit for having Hajirden. And thus he probably tried to make it right by having Loki.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's sweet that he's going to bring Hajirden back with him to Elbaf because, that's not where he's from.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to be able to see, like, Dory and Brogy getting stuck in Little Garden here.
You get to see the argument they get into. At this point, we might as well, right? Yeah, I mean, shit, if Oda really wants to be a madman, show us Kureha. Kureha was 30 years old.
Oh,
because Kureha's like 140 years old.
Yo, imagine she's just a baddie, bro. Imagine Prime Big Mom, baddie. Prime Kureha.
Oh my days!
I'm actually afraid. I'm afraid.
Her waist was already snatched.
Yep. Imagine like she healed King Harold. Like they just crossed paths.
And think about how often Oda does good-looking characters dirty when they get old. So he kept her body still kind of fit.
Right.
So imagine
Prime Kureha. Let's see.
If he's a super madman, he could really sneak this Brooke thing in here too, because Brooke is it's a lot. But Brooke is only born 19 years after this.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I don't say no in the terms of like the math and where it happens, because we don't know how long King Harold was out to sea, doing his shenanigans and stuff. We know that King Harold, we don't know how long he had been going to Mary Joie for, so maybe he ran into Brooke at some point. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying like that would be absolutely devious of Oda to sneak in more Brooke lore in a flashback of a flashback.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Sign me up. I'm so in. This chapter gave me more than I thought we were going to get, especially like with the way it opened up. Like I completely like we've been yapping for like over an hour and a half. I completely forgot about the conversation about Sanji having conquered HAKI.
Like, he said we had that conversation so long ago.
I forgot that was the stream.
That's a whole different chapter,
right? There has been so much with like Sanji having conquers HAKI, Zoro getting scolded, Shanks being a rat again,
right.
And
Luffy asking Loki to join the crew.
Oh my god, that was also this chapter. Like this, probably honest. If I were to rate this chapter right now, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Now it's a 10 for me, man.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. It's a 10. Now, actually, I gave it a 10 on Friday. I might give it a 9 because like the only thing that could have gave it a 10 is if there was like maybe one fight panel, one fight page, or
a face
something
reveal,
or something.
A face reveal. Yeah,
I mean we got a young Harold reveal, right?
I guess, yeah.
Which is cool, but there's no complaints. I can't say this chapter almost did too much. Honestly, I was confused because when y'all was going crazy in the chat, it was like, yo,
skeptical, mad skeptical.
And I was like, what happened? Like, I'm thinking, because like the way y'all were all talking about it, my expectations, which like even though I may have expectations sometimes going to a chapter, I also know I can never write this story. So I'm never going to like be like I'm disappointed, really.
Yeah.
But y'all in the chat had me thinking like, man, did Gabon tell these motherfuckers that they all had Conqueror's Haki and they all went up there and turned up or something? Like I just thought that I didn't think we was finally going to get the backstory now. I didn't think it was
it's
like
always intel and circumstance.
It's always intel.
That's what the title of the chapter should have been. Intel and circumstance.
I mean, that's what it's about, man. It's always about the lore. And I feel like people really do forget that when it comes to One Piece. Like the best when we got the mural, God, we were fucking bugging.
Yeah. We were like that Ancient Aliens meme, like guys, aliens.
Wildin'.
But for real.
Yeah, but for real though.
Like,
so yeah, I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna give this chapter a 9.
Yeah, it's an easy 9. I could be convinced it's a 10, but for me, it's like easy. It doesn't deserve to be anything lower than that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you could possibly, like you said, no complaints. I don't know what you could possibly expect from more. I'm happy there's no break next week. I didn't think we were going to get this much of a lore drop about King Harold's backstory when he was 15 years old. You know, I thought whatever King Harold lore we were going to get would be when he was already king, and we'd see Loki and Harjin running around. But I didn't think we were going to go this far back into his storyline.
Yeah.
So while I wasn't expecting it, I'm not going to say I'm excited for it, but I am open to learning more and seeing what Oda wants to explore and talk about moving forward in this flashback within a flashback.
Yeah, like I feel like at this point it's going to turn to a point where we get to see, hey, Elbaf not being like how they used to be back then is actually for the better.
Yo, imagine. Because Luffy, we were complaining alongside Luffy, like, yo, you guys are sad. You guys mad disappointing. But no, actually, they were.
You don't want them to be like that. Like, you don't want it to be like that because I feel like it's a princess. Boom. They just kicking down buildings indiscriminately.
Yeah. Murder. You're a victim.
How long do you think we going to be here? How long are you bracing yourself to be in this backstory?
8 to 10 chapters. 8.
I am going 10 to 15.
10 to 15?
Maybe 15 to 20.
So the summer will be over.
I don't think this backstory ends. Let's see. We're talking usually about 3 chapters a month, maybe, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's October. Already 5 months, right? So it's 5 months from now is November.
Jesus. Yo, we might be celebrating the holidays by the time we actually see Luffy come face to face with Gongo.
Bro.
That's crazy.
That might be. I'm just accepting it now, and I hate to put this in the air. We might not see this fight till 2026.
In the manga. In the anime?
In the anime, 2028. In the manga.
Yeah, that's a 2026 stream.
I just want to set my expectations now, because like,
turn on the notification bells, guys.
Because you said 8, and I was like, you really think
I know.
We'll be done at 8?
I know. I don't know. We'll see, man.
Maybe I'm being dramatic, right? Because like, how many chapters was the Kuma backstory?
6.
6.
I don't know.
Kuma's backstory was from 1095 to 1104.
So 9.
Yeah, brother.
Odin's flashback was 22 chapters. Jesus. Jeez. That's half a year. Half a year.
So would you like to change your number? Would you like to change?
I'll say
it's got to be between Kuma and
10
Odin.
to 15. Yeah. All right. I'll sit with you and say 10 to 15.
Yeah.
10 to 15. 8 just it's gonna hit double digits. There's no way it won't.
8 was you being like, I just want to get back to the shits.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, it's gonna be double digits. We're gonna be here for a minute.
We're gonna be here 2026.
I'm strapped in.
2026. Yeah. Let's just. It's gonna be a lot of this. It's gonna be a lot of lore piece for the rest of 2025 from the Moon Piece podcast, and that's gonna be fun. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get some more revelations. I mean, depending on what we see here, the Shanks agenda,
oh my days,
is going to overtake the One Piece community yet again.
If he's not a rat with the world government, he's a rat because he was snitch on his mans.
Yeah. Shanks cannot get away from these allegations.
Can't be trusted. But thank you guys for coming through for another Moon Piece One Piece chapter reaction, read through, review. Chapter 1152. Gas. 1153. We'll see y'all next week. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment if you watch this after the fact. Let us know your thoughts. Hit that notification bell so you get notified for more content we put out. And check out channel memberships, $1.99. Get access to special emojis to use in our chat. Early access to our official episodes that come out every other Tuesday at 7 a.m. Right now, our current episode out is with Sailor Victoria herself. Our
great episode, guys.
Our first Sailor Moon episode. Honestly, Sailor Moon thing. Yo, when I look back, I was like, oh my god, we yapped about Sailor Moon for like 50 minutes.
A long time. We had a lot to talk about, honestly.
I mean, yeah, we was cooking. Season 2 is coming up. We about to start that this coming Friday.
Yeah.
So
Sailor Moon R.
I don't know. I don't even know if they.
I think it's R.
No, who knows? But
because it's R, then S, then Stars, then Supers.
There's 5 seasons.
Yeah, there's 5.
Yep, I didn't know. Well, there we go. All right, y'all. Enjoy your life.
Sayonara.